Adversity has a way of showing up when we least expect it. Because one moment life feels steady, predictable, maybe even peaceful, and then something shifts. A challenge appears, a door closes, a setback knocks the wind out of you. And in that moment, it's easy to believe the story your mind begins to whisper, which is, maybe this just isn't for me. Maybe the universe is telling me no. Maybe I'm not supposed to have this dream. But adversity is not the universe saying you can't have it. It's simply asking you, how badly do you want it? So there's nothing unfair about struggle. There's nothing personal about it, because every single person will have seasons of difficulty. Not because they were unworthy, not because they were unlucky, but because adversity is a test of alignment. It's a test of desire. It's a test of persistence. You don't face challenges because you're weak. You face challenges because you're being shaped. Adversity forces you to slow down and decide, do I really want this? And if I do, am I willing to grow into the version of myself who can carry it? Because the life you want, the one you imagine, the one you feel deep in your bones, it doesn't come to the version of you who exists right now. It comes to the version of you who is willing to push through the doubt, the fear and discomfort. It comes to the version of you who refuses to let adversity define the story. If everything you wanted came easily, would you ever develop strength? Would you ever learn resilience? Would you ever find out what you're truly capable of? Adversity isn't punishment, it's preparation. And sometimes that preparation hurts. Sometimes it feels heavy. Sometimes it feels unfair. Because there will be moments you question yourself. There will be days when giving up feels like the simplest, most reasonable option. And that's okay, that's human. It doesn't make you weak, it makes you real. But here's what adversity doesn't do. It doesn't last forever. And it doesn't define your worth. The storm you're facing right now is temporary. The confusion is temporary. The frustration is temporary. Even the fear, that's temporary too. Life moves in cycles. No season stays forever. And just because the ground feels shaky today doesn't mean it won't be solid again tomorrow. Sometimes what feels like everything falling apart is actually everything falling into place. Just not in the way you expected. Adversity teaches you to shift, to adapt, to bend without breaking. It teaches you to find strength you didn't know you had. It teaches you that even in the darkest moments, you're capable of holding on to a small, steady light inside yourself. And maybe the most important thing adversity teaches is that you are not alone. Everyone is fighting something. Everyone is carrying something. Everyone is navigating their own silent battles. And even if your struggle feels invisible to the world, it matters. You matter. The weight you're carrying is real, and you don't have to pretend it doesn't exist. Adversity isn't a closed door, it's an invitation. It's just a question. It's a moment asking, how deeply does this matter to you? And if it matters even a little, then hold on. Keep breathing, keep walking. Let the storm shape you, not stop you. Let the challenge stretch you, not break you. Let the setback clarify your purpose, not steal it. We are all stronger than the adversity we're facing. We're all bigger than the obstacle in front of us. And this moment, whatever it is just that, a moment. Temporary, passing, transforming. Whatever storm you're in, you'll get through it. You will rise again, and when you do, you'll understand that adversity wasn't the universe saying no. It was simply asking you, how badly do you want it? Trauma touches every single one of us. It doesn't always wear the same face, but it leaves its fingerprints. Maybe it came from a childhood where love felt conditional. Maybe it was the betrayal in a relationship you thought would last forever. Maybe it was the sudden loss of someone you loved, or the quiet, constant weight of never feeling like you're enough. Trauma has many doors it walks through, like abuse, neglect, heartbreak, failure, addiction, and once inside, it settles deep. But many of us don't want to face it. We try to hide our scars or suppress our emotions. But when we don't heal, we don't just hurt ourselves, we hurt others. We bleed on the people who never cut us. We pass on patterns we swore we'd break. The anger we bury finds its way into our tone with our loved ones. And the pain we suppress shows up as distance with our partner. The shame we carry keeps us from fully stepping into our friendships, our careers, our lives. Not healing doesn't make the trauma go away. It just buries it like a landmine, waiting. And every time stress, disappointment, or conflict enters our lives, that landmine explodes. It may look like anger, it may look like withdrawal, it may look like perfectionism, control, or self-sabotage. But underneath it all, it's that wound still open, still bleeding. How many times have you seen someone lash out in a way that didn't make sense? Or the opposite, they shut down completely when the world asked for their presence. That's trauma talking. That's unhealed pain running the show. And if we're not careful, if we don't take responsibility for our healing, we'll pass it on to our children, our partners, our friends, our co-workers. Pain becomes generational, not because it's chosen, but because it's unacknowledged. So what's the alternative? It's healing. Now, healing doesn't mean erasing what happened to you. It doesn't mean pretending it didn't matter or that it didn't hurt. Healing means learning to face it, process it, and choosing not to let it rule your life anymore. It's therapy, it's journaling, it's sitting with the hard feelings instead of numbing them away. It's leaning on trusted people who can support you, not trying to outrun it with busyness or distractions. Healing is work, but it's required work, because when you choose to heal, you stop the cycle. You stop bleeding on people who never cut you. You stop carrying a story that wasn't yours to begin with, and you open space for love, trust, and growth. Healing starts with you. No one else can do it for you. A relationship won't fix you. A friend's presence won't erase the wound. People can support you, yes, but they cannot carry your healing. That's yours. That's your path. That's your responsibility. So if you're listening to this right now and you know you've been carrying something heavy, something unspoken, maybe unresolved, I want you to hear me. It's okay. Trauma is part of the human experience, but you owe it to yourself and to the people you love to do the work. Because when you heal, you don't just free yourself, you free everyone from you and the hurt you've been carrying. We've all heard the question, what's your purpose in life? And when we hear the question, very often we become overwhelmed or paralyzed because we think the world is expecting this one grand gesture. Well, let me tell you, that purpose doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be overwhelming, and it doesn't have to last forever. What if purpose could be lighter? What if it's something that you do every single day? Not something that you're chasing for decades and not some grandiose gesture, but what I call purpose light. Purpose light is about finding meaning in the little things. It's about showing up every day for what's important to you and avoid the pressure of changing the world overnight. Think about it. Purpose can be as simple as encouraging someone who's having a rough day, creating something that brings you joy and sharing it with others, taking care of your body so you have more energy throughout the day, or being present with your kids instead of scrolling on your phone. These things may not sound big, but doing the little things consistently not only create a ripple effect in your world, but in the world of others. It's the smile you give, the help you offer, the moment you give kindness, all of it adds up. The problem is we've been sold the story that purpose has to be epic. Like you're building the next big business or saving millions of people. And if you're not doing either of those things, well, you're failing at life. And that's just not true. The people who inspire us the most, well, they live with small, consistent purpose. Like making coffee every morning for their partner, mentoring someone after school, writing thank you notes, planting gardens. You may not see these as epic, but the ripple effect is there and they make a difference in their lives. Here's the mindset shift. Most people think purpose is a destination, but I want you to think of it like a direction. What is one thing, if you were to ask yourself, that's going to make an impact not only in my life, but in somebody else's? It doesn't have to be perfect and you don't need a map, you just need the direction. Purpose light is powerful because it's flexible. It grows with you. See, one season you may have epic, big, grandiose goals, but in other seasons it might be just as simple as staying present for your loved ones. You're allowed to redefine your goals as you go. So here are the 3 simple steps to purpose light. First, spot the moments that matter. Look for the little things that bring you joy. Could be making art, helping a neighbor, or teaching someone something new. Secondly, make it part of your routine. Don't wait for a special occasion. Every day is an opportunity to impact not only your life, but somebody else's. And lastly, let go of the pressure. You don't need everyone's approval. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need to show up regularly. Purpose light doesn't mean you lack ambition. In fact, what it means is you found purpose in the day-to-day, the moment-to-moment. And when you live that way, something magical happens. Those little moments add up to a life you can be proud of. So maybe today, your purpose isn't to save the world. Maybe it's simply making one person's world a little brighter. And that's enough, because you're enough. And if you keep doing that day after day, you'll look back and realize that small purpose wasn't so small after all. People love setting goals. They're shiny, exciting, and they give us something to chase. But goals will let you down if you don't love the path that leads to them. Anyone can get hyped about a goal, losing 20 pounds, making 6 figures, writing a book. Problem is, goals live in the future, but the path is what you wake up to every single day. And if you hate your path, if every step feels like punishment, you'll never stick with it long enough to reach the finish line. That's why discipline fades for so many people. They're chasing an outcome, but resenting the process. And when that feeling gets strong enough, they quit. Not because they couldn't reach the goal, but because they couldn't stand the path that was supposed to get them there. Discipline isn't about pushing harder. It's about setting up a path you're willing to walk day in, day out. That means building a routine that fits your life, your energy, and your values. Not someone else's plan and not what looks cool on social media. Let's say your goal is to get fit. That's great. But are you picking a path you can stick to? Because if you're forcing yourself to do 6 a.m. workouts when you're not a morning person, or eating like a robot with zero joy, how long do you think that will last? Probably not long. Instead, ask, what path makes sense for me? Maybe you love late night gym sessions. Maybe your version of eating clean still includes pizza once a week. That's okay. The best path is the one that you'll keep walking. Because the path isn't just the way to your goal, it becomes your life. If you want to write a book, don't fall in love with being an author, fall in love with writing every day. If you want to run a marathon, don't chase the finish line. Fall in love with lacing up your shoes, with the training, with the early mornings and sore legs. You don't need to be obsessed, but you do need to respect the process. You need to set up habits that align with your real life, not just your dream outcome. Here's something people forget. Goals give you the direction, but your path gives you momentum. And that momentum is what creates discipline. Because every small step reinforces your identity. When you walk your path consistently, you begin to say, this is who I am. This is what I do. And that identity shift is where real discipline comes from. Not from forcing yourself, but from seeing yourself as someone who follows through. You have to find joy in the process. When you learn to enjoy the path, even the hard parts, you stop waiting for the goal to make you feel good. You start to find the pride in your journey itself, and that's the game changer. Because now success isn't some faraway thing, it's something you get to feel today just by showing up. So if your discipline has been fading, maybe it's not that you're weak. Maybe it's that you've been focusing too much on the goal and not enough on the path. Step back and ask yourself, does this path support the life I want to live? Am I building something I can maintain? Can I enjoy the steps, not just the outcome? If the answer is no, then adjust the path. Don't throw away the vision, just change how you're walking toward it. Because lasting discipline doesn't come from chasing harder. It comes from walking your path one step at a time and trusting that every step matters. Not just because of where it's going, but because of who you're becoming along the way. There will be moments in your life when you feel tired, mentally, physically, emotionally. And when that exhaustion hits, your mind starts to whisper, maybe this isn't worth it. Maybe I'm not cut out for it, or maybe it's time to stop. But I want to remind you that there's a big difference between resting and quitting. Rest is part of the process. Quitting is the end of the process. We live in a culture that worships hustle. Push harder, grind longer, sleep less, work more. But that constant pressure to go, go, go leads to burnout, not breakthroughs. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is pause. Rest doesn't make you weak, it makes you ready. There is wisdom in taking a breath, in stepping back, and giving yourself space to recover and refocus. Whether you're building a business, training for a goal, healing from a loss, or just trying to make it through the week, rest is necessary. It's not a sign that you're failing, it's a sign that you're human. The athletes who win championships, they don't train 24/7. Their bodies recover, they sleep, they eat well, they stretch. They rest because they understand that recovery is what allows for peak performance. But in life, people confuse fatigue with failure. They hit a wall and think it's over. Well, it's not over. You're just tired. So take a moment, breathe. Don't hang your head in defeat, because quitting is when you walk away from the dream. Resting is when you prepare to go again. There is no shame in slowing down. The only shame is in giving up on something that still matters to you. And I know what you might be thinking, but it's been so long, I haven't seen results yet, or it's not happening fast enough. Well, let me tell you, almost every worthwhile goal feels like that before the breakthrough. Every mountain looks highest right before the peak. Every person who's ever achieved something meaningful has had days when they doubted, when they stumbled, and when they needed to step away for a moment. But they didn't quit. They rested. Then they came back stronger. So ask yourself, are you actually done or are you just tired? Because quitting is a permanent decision made in a temporary state. Rest, on the other hand, is a smart strategy. It allows you to come back with clarity, energy, and purpose. If you've lost your spark, don't panic. Doesn't mean it's over. Sometimes your light dims, not because it's gone, but because it needs time to be rekindled. So take a nap, go for a walk, journal, talk to someone, take a weekend off, unplug and reset. Do what you need to do. Then return to your vision with fresh eyes and a steady heart. You didn't come this far to walk away just because it got heavy. You're not weak for feeling overwhelmed. You're not broken because you need a break. You're human. And here's the most important part. When you come back, don't carry guilt for needing the rest. Don't waste energy beating yourself up. The comeback is always stronger when it's fueled by self-respect, not shame. You've got more in you. First, honor where you are. Look at how far you've come. You've accomplished so much. Now is not the time to walk away. Rest, recover, because the journey's not over, and neither are you. Not everything requires a response. There's a quiet kind of power that most people never tap into. It's the power of not reacting. See, we live in a world where everything is pulling for our attention. A rude comment, a passive-aggressive email, a driver who cuts you off, a text left unread. And every time something bothers you, we feel like we have to do something about it. We feel the urge to react, to explain ourselves, to fire back, to prove a point. But what if I told you this? Not everything requires a response. Not every comment deserves your energy. Not every insult needs a reply. Not every situation needs your attention. Some things just don't matter. And the moment you realize that, you step into a new level of peace. You gain control, not over the world, but over yourself. Think about how much of your day is spent getting worked up over things you can't control. Someone else's opinion, someone else's choices, the weather, the news, the past, the future. And yet none of those things are in your hands. What is in your hands is how you respond, or if you respond at all. There's strength in restraint. There's wisdom in silence. And sometimes the most powerful things you can do is walk away quietly. Letting go isn't weakness. It's emotional maturity. It's knowing that your peace matters more than proving a point. It's knowing that your energy is limited and you don't owe it to every distraction that pops up in your day. People will talk. Let them. Situations will unfold that you didn't see coming. Let them. You won't have closure for everything. Accept it. Some things aren't worth fighting for. Not because you're giving up, but because you're choosing yourself over unnecessary battles. Because at the end of the day, what really matters? Is it that you won the argument? Or is it that you protected your mental space? Is it that you had the last word, or is it that you kept your peace? We often feel the need to defend ourselves because we think silence means weakness. But silence can be the loudest answer of all. Silence says, I know who I am. I don't need to prove it to you. Silence says, you don't have the power to pull me out of alignment. This doesn't mean you let people walk all over you. It means you choose your battles wisely. You speak when it's meaningful, not out of impulse. You reserve your energy for the things that actually move your life forward. It's not about avoiding everything. It's about responding with purpose. So the next time something annoys you, ask yourself, does this deserve my energy? Will this matter a week from now? Is this helping me grow? And if the answer is no, let it go. You only get so much energy in a day. Why spend it on things that drain you instead of things that build you? Focus on your goals. Focus on your growth. Focus on your peace. Because your peace is sacred. Your mind is sacred. And you protect both by choosing wisely what you give your attention to. You can't control everything, but you can control you. So choose peace. Choose silence. Choose power. Because not everything requires a response.